Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just under 4 months away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is, of course, the entire adjustment of Rey's lineage and/or her identity in this film that was actually done during the rewrites of Episode 9 during the months of November and December of 2018, just late last year. And we also know that J.J. Abrams wants to do something very much incredible with the character of Rey. Now, one great thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie is going to answer many burning questions from The Force Awakens, while also creating brand new ones at the very beginning of this movie that will be answered at the very end of Episode 9. Now, on top of all this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and just a couple of days ago over at D23, we learned a lot more about this film thanks to J.J. Abrams talking about the movie, answering some of the questions out there related to Kylo Ren, Palpatine, Luke, Rey, you name it. And what's really intriguing has all to do with Rey, where J.J. Abrams states that the adjustments of Rey's identity that will be explained in the film was very challenging as a filmmaker, and that he thinks fans are really going to be satisfied with Rey's real name in the film that will be a part of one of the big revelations. JJ explains that Rey's identity is extremely important to the structure of the film and will have a big impact on a specific character in the movie. JJ states that while Rey's identity being changed in the film was a challenge, he was very happy to have George Lucas on board to help him with the decision. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Rey as a character is very important in Episode 9. And the whole entire concept of Rey's parents is going to be deeply explored in The Rise of Skywalker. In fact, JJ confirmed not too long ago that Rey's parents really are going to be a big part of the Episode 9 plot, and it's actually going to really expand the character of Rey and where she's going. Now, on top of all of this, there have been, of course, a lot of things coming into play here for The Rise of Skywalker. We do know that not only is it going to be the end of the Skywalker saga, but JJ is also using it as a foundation to create brand new Star Wars lore for the future of the Star Wars franchise, either in the forms of new movies, TV series, books, novels, comics, video games, you name it. And with the character of Rey being so important in this film, and how he actually had George Lucas help him with developing Rey's real name and her real identity being utilized in this movie, and how it was ultimately adjusted during November and December of 2018, it really does tell us that this is going to be a big deal, especially the fact that Rey's true identity is going to have a massive impact on a specific character in this film, which for all we know could be Luke, Palpatine, Kenobi, could be any of them. So Episode 9 does have a lot going for it. It does have the opportunity to mark itself down as the best of the sequel trilogy, and maybe, and just maybe even a fan favorite of the Skywalker saga. So J.J. Abrams, we do know that he wants to make this movie a very dark Star Wars film. In fact, he's aiming to make it the darkest Star Wars film in the Skywalker saga's history, which could very well be a big risk depending on, exactly what's going to happen to some of the characters in this film and where things are really going to go and how it's all going to end. And that's the most important thing of all, is of course exactly how this movie is going to end. We are talking about the final frames of The Rise of Skywalker, the last couple of seconds. Now, with the Return of the Jedi film, I thought it was very heartwarming, it was very satisfying, it was magical. I'm hoping that he can recapture that feeling at the very end of The Rise of Skywalker and not give us an ending that's going to leave fans very much, negative about the movie. So with that being said, how Rey really is going to be the core of this film. She is the glue of Episode 9, basically, because of her identity being explored and how her real name will be unveiled, and what J.J. Abrams states how it was a very challenging thing to go through, but at the same exact time, he believes that a lot of fans are going to be very satisfied with the choice that he and George came up with for Episode 9 involving Rey's true self. And I think that's a very interesting side of Star Wars. I've always said that there's something more to the story involving, the character of Rey back in 2015 and 2017 with The Last Jedi. Even John Williams, by the way, said that there's more to Rey's parents than we already know, and that he doesn't buy that Rey is just a nobody. He doesn't buy it at all. And there's a lot of things out there that could very well hint and or indicate that she's a Palpatine or a Kenobi or something around those lines. And hopefully it's one or the other, and I think that's exactly what JJ wants to do in order to properly expand either of those bloodlines and to really explore something very unique and original in this story. So the other thing that I do want to go over real quick is that Rey as a character, Daisy Ridley said at D23 that everything that we want to know about Rey is going to be answered in this movie, thankfully, and that she believes that fans are really going to be blown away by what's going to be unveiled in The Rise of Skywalker. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.